Let's get started making these chicken and rice enchiladas, and by no means is this any authentic or traditional recipe. This is just something I threw together and it's become a favorite. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got some uncooked parboiled rice. I've got some red enchilada sauce. I have one large tin and I'm using half of it right now. I have some chicken stock, which for me is just water and a chicken bouillon. I've also got some spices. I've got some onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin powder, and some dried oregano. I've also got 1 tin of black beans. Now remember, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box. And I've also got some chicken thighs that I've cut up into little tiny pieces. Just the it's boneless and skinless, so just cut it up in little tiny pieces. And I've got some shredded cheese, some chopped up cilantro, and some jalapenos. Now I'm using the jalapenos that I already have in the bottle, but of course you can just use fresh jalapenos. And a little bit of vegetable oil in my pot. I'm going to add in my chicken, cook it down for a few minutes, and add in some black pepper. Not going to add in any salt for this at the moment because the chicken stock can be quite salty. We don't want to overpower this with a ton of salt. So just taste towards the end and see if you need any more. I'm going to add in my spices and mix it all up. My heat is on medium-high. I'm going to cook that down for about a few minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in my uncooked rice. I'm going to mix that all together and toast this rice in the heat, which is at medium-high, for a couple minutes. So give that a nice mixeroo and go ahead and toast it for a couple minutes. And I'm going to go right ahead and add in my enchilada sauce. Now this is half of the large tin of red enchilada sauce. I will have everything listed below, all the amounts. And then we're just going to mix that up and add in our chicken stock, which, like I said, is just a chicken bouillon and some water for me. Then just going to mix that up and go ahead and add in my beans as well, my black beans to this. There we go. Mix that all around. I'm just going to go ahead and add in my jalapenos to this as well. Now this is going to cook uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes until all that water is evaporated, the rice gets cooked through, and you want to stir this every 5 minutes or so because it can stick. But just go ahead and let that cook on medium-low. We're going to reduce the heat and let it cook for about 15 minutes or so. And then once it's all done, we're just going to go ahead and top it with our remaining ingredients, which is the cheese and the cilantro. Now I'm adding in a little bit of extra jalapenos because I like a little extra heat. But of course you can just leave that out if you want to. Just going to go ahead and add in my cilantro and my cheese and mix that all around. Get all of our other ingredients ready and make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Let's assemble this whole thing together now. So I've got some corn tortillas, white corn tortillas, and some remaining bit of my enchilada sauce on my rice mixture. I poured some of my enchilada sauce at the bottom of my casserole dish, baking dish, whatever you're using. And all we're going to do is fill each tortilla with a little bit of that rice mixture. Fold up and then put seam side down into the sauce in the casserole dish. Just going to keep on chugging along, filling them up, putting them seam side down in the bowl. Get as much as you can fit in there. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing that. And then when we're done with that, all we're going to do is finish topping them with the remaining bit of enchilada sauce. We're just going to pour that all on top of it. And then we're going to put the remaining bit of cheese on top, pop it in the oven for about 15 minutes till the cheese is nice and melted. Then we're going to sprinkle on some freshly chopped cilantro on top, and that is it. Really didn't take that long at all. It's really effortless and it's absolutely delicious. It is packed with amazing flavors. I know this is not traditional. I'm sure it's nowhere even close, but it is so good. It's